I kid you not even 5 minutes went by where we hear pop, 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 and we all just froze, and you just see all these kids. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Erin. Today I thought we could do a story time of literally the time I almost died at a party. It was like 4 years ago, maybe 5-ish. Can't really remember the exact day, but I know it was spring break for sure. One day on spring break, me and my friends are like, we need to find something to do. It's spring break and we have nothing to do. We find this flyer. Ding, 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 red flag. The party has a flyer. So the flyer reads that it's $5 for girls, $10 for boys. Red flag number 2 is you should never pay for a house party. What are you paying for? Just be warned, they're not that great if you're paying for them unless you know the people, unless you really know what you're getting into. This party, we had no idea who the people were, who was hosting it, who was gonna be there. Literally just me and my group of friends were the only ones that we knew that were going. We're like, yes, we finally found something to do, so let's go. We get there and it's in BFE, middle of nowhere, like far from where we live. We get in there, it's just really awkward. We don't really know anyone there. We're like, all together. It was like me and 3 other friends. We're all like, okay, what do we do? So we step outside and we figure out if we're gonna stay, if we're gonna go. I'm looking around, like looking at the crowd and stuff. And I look at the window outside because there's like a pool and we're on the edge of the pool and like, you know, it's like a window to see from the house outside to look to the pool. And I see an eviction notice on the house and it says, trespassing, you know, whatever the notice says, that like if you're trespassing, you're gonna go to jail, blah blah. Red flag number 3. And I tell all my friends
and they're like, oh, whatever, it's like no big deal, like everyone else is here, we're fine.
You could tell the house hasn't been touched in a while because the pool was literally green and there was slime over the pool. It was just so gross. The house had no furniture. It was literally like they broke into this house just to have this party. We continue to just talk to people, no big deal, we're all hanging out. We go into this, the house is pretty big. It's 2 stories, but we stayed on the first story. Couldn't really see in the house because there literally was no lights, except for in the kitchen. I guess this room just had no lights. So we go into this big living room area and there's a DJ. A DJ, but it's like one of those SoundCloud rappers that like aren't big at all, and it was like his friend telling him to like play music so the house isn't completely silent. So we go to that room and we're just chilling, whatever, really awkward. And my friend is like, okay, let's go. Like, there's nothing to do here. We should have listened. So we stay for a little bit. We're hanging out by this DJ still. Everything's fine. A few minutes go by. My friend asks, okay, can we leave? Like, I really want to leave, and because there's something to do. Like, we're all just standing here. It's so dumb, so pointless. We continued to say no. Like, we're still eager to stay at this party for no reason. We didn't know anyone. My friend for the last time says that he really wants to go home and there's nothing to do and that it's really pointless to be here, and we're all like really annoyed at this point. We're all like, no, like we don't want to go. I kid you not even 5 minutes went by where we hear pop, 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 and we all just froze, and you just see all these kids run outside, and I just see my one friend run upstairs with a few people, and of course I'm gonna run after my friend. So I ran after her, which I'm so angry about because who does that? Who goes upstairs? That's like the things you see in the movie and you're like screaming to them,
why are you going upstairs? Run outside like everyone else is.
Literally a handful of people went upstairs and we were one of those handfuls, like the idiots. So we're like climbing all over, literally climbing all over this junk that's on the floor. It's like window screens and furniture and like lamps. Oh my, it's like such a mess. And I'm like, so we're all scratching our knees, we're all scratching our legs, we're all literally tumbling down the stairs. And we go upstairs because we're still in that living room area, but the living room area led upstairs. So instead of running outside, we ran upstairs. Everyone's screaming, everyone's causing commotion. We're upstairs now. The house is dead silent. Like, I mean, no one even upstairs is talking to each other. We're all like trying to touch the doorknobs, like grabbing them, seeing if they're open. Nope. So we're all, I swear it was smaller than like a corner closet, like where you put your towels and stuff. It was so small, and it's like 10 people in this corner. I'm freaking out because I just felt like I was the mom. of the group. So I felt like I had to take care of my friends, make sure my friends were okay. So I was stressing out, and I didn't know how to tell my parents that I was gonna die at a party. And I just remember this extremely tall kid. I remember looking up at him like, and he looked down at me like, shut up. Because I was probably like hyperventilating, or he was just like, shush, like don't say anything. We look like deer in headlights type staring at each other. So 5 to 10 minutes go by and you hear a door open, and it was the front door of the house. The front door opens and you hear a kid scream, help, help, is anyone in here? Like, my friend just died, like help me, help me, help me. And we're all looking at each other like, shut up, like don't say anything, like you're dumb if you say something, like shut up. So we're all like dead silent, and he's just still crying and screaming for help. Who knows if he has a gun, who knows if he has anything. So we're all like, oh my god, don't say anything. So then finally he leaves. 5 minutes go by again, where we all decide, okay, like no one really said anything, we all just kind of decided to go down at the same time. And once we reached downstairs where the living room area was, where the DJ was and stuff, we all like recuperated, and I am hyperventilating like and my friend's like, Erin, shut up, like stop, 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 like you can't do this right now. And I'm freaking out, and some guy, I just remember, was like, shut that up. And I was like, okay. I just remember standing there and I'm like freaking, I'm like closing my eyes, I'm like praying to God, I'm like, oh my god, please help me, like I can't. My parents can't find out. My parents didn't know where I was. My parents didn't know I went out and partied and stayed out till who knows when and whatever. Now they will. Sorry, mom, dad. We all decided to go through the hallway. And mind you, we don't know where this gunshot happened. We don't know where the person is, because we ran upstairs. So we all go through the hallway quietly. You can smell the gunpowder. It was scary. It literally felt like I was in a movie, like literally the worst experience of my life. Don't wish it upon anyone. And we're all tippy-toeing outside through the double door, like the sliding glass doors to go to the pool, which you can see shoes are left behind, everything's trashed, everything's totaled, and all you hear is a million police sirens outside. And it's just like, it literally felt like I was in a movie. I was like, this is a joke, this is a fever dream, like oh my god. And I just remember hearing the cops, put your hands up, put your hands up. We weren't outside, we weren't towards the front yet, we were still walking through the side of the house. And I just remember telling my friends, put your fucking hands up, do not drop them no matter what, like I don't care what you have to do, keep your hands up. I swear to god if anyone brings their hands down. So we're walking and we're talking like this, and I'm like, oh my god, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? I can't be in front of these cops, I can't talk to these cops, I didn't do anything, I'm not even supposed to be here. So I'm like, okay, everyone, we're just gonna go through people's backyards, I don't care. And I'm like, oh my god. And as my thought process went more, I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna get in trouble because we're trespassing. Awesome. There's helicopters at this point, and I'm like, let's just go. These people's backyard is huge. It's like woods and weeds and grass. It's like awesome, the perfect neighborhood we want to go through right now. We're walking through these woods, scratching our legs with like vines and like prickly like plants and stuff like that, whatever. And we're all freaking out. We end up pretty far from the house at this point, and we all just sit in like the backyard or like the woods of someone's area. Like I don't even know where we were at this point. So we're all like trying to decide, like, what do we do? Do we walk out? Like they're gonna think we were the ones that did it. And we're all sitting in these woods discussing, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get out? And like, what's the plan? We were by the road where like houses were still, but like if you saw, because we kind of like peeked through bushes and stuff, on the right hand of like the end of the road was cop. On this side there was cops. There was cops at every single row of the houses. We were so terrified that because we were stuck in the woods. All the kids are still in the area of the house, like with their hands up. You can still hear them screaming. And we just, after like 20 minutes, I'm sure 20 to 30 minutes, we finally decided we were gonna walk out with our hands up to the cop and tell them that we walked away from the house and that we're just trying to get home, and we were gonna see how that went. So we walk out of the bushes with our hands up, and the cop is like,
hey, what are you doing? Like stop, like keep your hands up.
and we're keeping our hands up, and we're like trying to talk to them. We're like, officer, like we're trying to leave the party. And he was like, okay, well, you're not allowed to leave the complex area because we need to figure out who did this. and no one's allowed in or out, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. And then the cop decides to tell us to stop by his car, which is at the end of the road, and just wait it out and see what they're gonna do. 40 minutes go by, and the cop is like, you need to go to the church down there and give them your name and your phone number, and someone needs to come pick you up. And we were like, no, absolutely not. So then we ended up leaving, and then instead of going home, you know, like the saint and anyone else would go home after that, no, I decided to go to my friend's house that was also having a party that night and just spend the night at that house and have fun, because I decided my night was literally not over because I was upset that I almost died at this party, so I wanted to go party at a regular party. And that's literally the story time of when I almost died at a party. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more story times, I can give you more story times. Just let me know down in the comments if you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!